Hello, today I will be doing the lady survey as originated by YouTube's Rosanna or Miss X Rojas. You know where to find the appropriate links. So let's just get right to it. Question 1, my favorite female YouTubers. I'm a really big fan of Haley G. Hoover, Kaylee Hyde, Rosanna, who first made this survey, Elma Phi, Christina Horner. There's so many great female YouTubers out there whose videos are inspiring and enjoyable. Those are some of the ones that I like. Question 2, who are your favorite female athletes? I'm gonna have to go with Katie Bell, Alicia Spinett, and Angelina Johnson. Those are the Gryffindor Chasers, right? Yeah, I don't really sports. I'm not into any big sports teams, and the only athletes that I really know are through like my brothers and my dad, and they're, you know, into man sports. I do know that the Minnesota Lynx, which is our WNBA team, is the only good sports team that Minnesota has, so I like them, I guess. 3, favorite book written by a female with a female protagonist. So now, in recent years, I haven't really been reading as many books as I would have liked, and definitely not as many as I did when I was very young, so there weren't really a whole ton to even choose from in this category. I'm a very big fan of everything that Maureen Johnson has written, especially her Name of the Star, with its female protagonist Rory. And also Anna Caffrey's Dragon Riders of Pern. The Harper Hall trilogy features this great female protagonist Melanie, and have easily been one of my favorite books for years. If you haven't read any of the Dragon Riders of Pern, I highly recommend you do so. The Harper Hall trilogy, Dragon Song starting, is a great place to start, or else there's like a main trilogy. The internet can tell you all about it. Question 4, favorite film written by a female with a female protagonist. Now, for someone who is supposedly interested in film and screenwriting, I don't know all of the screenwriters to all of the movies that I like, and I especially don't think there are a lot of females among them. Like, the only movie that came to mind that fit both of these criteria is Mean Girls, but I'm totally happy with that movie being my pick for this. Question 5 is favorite fictional female character overall, which is very hard to pick. I really like all of the characters who I've mentioned already. I've always been a very strong Ginny Luna fan. I'm a big fan of Liz Lemon. I'm a fan of Echo from Dollhouse. There are a lot of really great female characters out there, but also, whatever this says about anything, a lot of my favorite fictional characters from things have been guys. Question 6. What is the biggest problem facing female creators today, and what can we do? I think a very big problem just in general is that it's very easy to forget that people are people. It is something that has long been going on in the world with the so-called real celebrities, and also, especially here on the internet, when there is this screen, this camera, this divide in between us. It is just easy to forget that these are other people, and we just need to be conscious whenever we're interacting with anyone online or anywhere that everyone is a person, and we just need to respect that. Question 7, I'm going to read this because it's long. Do you think YouTube and online video are in general better or worse suited than television for tackling the problems and prejudices women face in the workplace? I think on the whole, the internet and YouTube are a better place for women because while there's always the issue of hate and discrimination and all of that, and there is less of a barrier for that on the internet, and it just comes down to it. Off the top of my head, of the TV shows that I watch, I can think of one where a woman is the showrunner, that's 30 Rock, and I can think of, I don't know, a dozen maybe YouTubers, just reeling them off. And just on a whole, in my opinion, I think YouTube has seen more success stories for women in relation to those for men compared to television. 8. What do you pledge to do to make the internet a better place for all creators? This is kind of going off what I said earlier. I think that it's really important for everyone to remember that people are people, and I know it sounds really stupid, but just especially now that I'm a content creator, I've thought a lot more about when I comment on other people's videos and like how I would respond to that, even if it's, you know, just kind of a mundane thing. I look at things differently, and it's important to remember that everyone is a person. And also what Rosanna said is that we all need to use our voices, and if something is happening, we need to speak up, and just, we have the power to make the internet a better place, and we all just need to do it. The last question is to tell a story featuring women, which is kind of a vague thing. The first thing that came to mind was when I was in daycare, and the older kids of the daycare, these are like the 4- and 5-year-olds, got to go over to this big festival thing at this local rec center. And it was a bunch of girls and the daycare provider's daughter, and one boy, and we all needed to go into the bathroom, and the boy wasn't old enough to go into the boys' bathroom by himself, but he didn't want to go into the women's room, so the clever daycare provider's daughter covered up the W and the O on the restroom side, so the door just said men, and then the little boy came in with us. I don't have any idea why I remember that, or why that jumped into my head, but there's a story. I'm gonna tell another quick story about when my school's music department took a trip to Nashville. I made a video about that on my channel, maybe you saw it. Me and my girl friends were in our hotel room, and so we had our guy friends coming over to hang out in our room, and so naturally the first instinct is to make sure that all of your bras and your tampons are out of sight. But we instead decided to put our tampons in the candy bowl and to put our bras all around visibly. I think we had one strung over the TV and we had one hooked up around this lamp that you could actually see from the hallway, because when there's guys in your room, your door has to stay open all the time. And it was really funny. The guys came in and were really weirded out, and in the end we ended up with some great inside jokes about periods, and it was a really fun night, and that was a great trip. I love my friends. And the last thing is to tag people, and I don't really know who to tag, so I tag you. If you're watching this, make a video about your lady survey or leave a comment, and if you make a video, make sure you put it as a response to Rosanna's video. I'll put a link here and downstairs, and that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.